At Garland Dodd Park at Point of Rocks, Chesterfield County Parks and Recreation. Civil War trails. As you can see, they got some tennis courts here, a football field over there, baseball fields. We're going to go for a little walk out here today. You can see it had some, they've seen the Civil War trails over there, had some significance in the Bermuda 100 campaign. This was like down through the woods there is where the Union line was. So we're gonna go for a little walk, me and Buck. Got this old replica, some kind of shed thing here. As you can see, we got some historical markers down here. Point of Rocks Park. They call it Garland Dodd Park. That changed about 10 years ago, but everybody around here knows it was Point of Rocks. As you can see there, they call it Garland Dodd Park. And that's not. Point of Rocks. There was a U.S. military hospital down there. And, so as we seen earlier, the same kind of signage about the Bermuda 100 campaign. There's some lines and all. So come along, let's go for a little hike. So here we are at the marsh overlook. It's the beginning of the little floating dock system, which you can see out there that we're going to go check out. It's a nice little vantage point here, the Ashton Creek coming up in here. It talks about the marsh boardwalk here and all. So the Indians back in the day. So Captain John Smith's adventure on the James. So anyway, we're going to walk on down here and get on this boardwalk. My buddy Smelling Roses reminded me with the video he just posted here recently that I haven't been out here in a while. So he got all over me and told me to go. So I did. Thank you, Smelling Roses. So me and Buck just gonna come out here this afternoon. We'll walk on the boardwalk out in the marsh. This is in my backyard in Chesterfield County. Yeah. In my backyard, only live a couple miles down the road. They call it Garland Dodd Park now, but I mean, years ago when they first built it, it was Point of Rocks Park. So anyway, kind of checking out the boardwalk out here on the marsh. Me and Buck. So here we are about halfway out on this marsh boardwalk. Kind of a floating dock system they got out here. And sure was nice out here today. Still a little bit of the fall colors. All the leaves haven't fallen yet, but the last little bit of them. So winter will be setting in for long. Me and Buck gonna finish up this walk across here. So let's finish it up. Little bridge structure crossing over Ashton Creek here at Point of Rocks Park, or Garland Dodd, whichever one you would prefer to name it. So as I say, we're finishing up our little walk. I'm going around the corner up here and head back up the hill. Point of Rocks Park at Ashton Creek here, just off the Appomattox River. This actually flows into Swift Creek. Finishing up the last of the boardwalk. We're going to walk most of it across the marsh here at Ashton Creek. Look, I'll kind of pan out here and show you that out there is where it dumps into Swift Creek. And Over here to the left, on down the ways a little ways, where it dumps into the Appomattox River at what they call the actual Point of Rocks, where the old Union had a hospital years ago. Some of the stories were that there's an area over there near it called Screamersville that was possibly named that because of all the amputation that went on there, and they were screaming, of course, when that happened, and how painful it could be. But anyway, we're finishing up the trail here, going up to this observation platform up top. So here we are on the observation platform on the other end of the little boardwalk we just walked there. As you can see out on the marsh, to say that's Ashton Creek. So we came from on the far side over there. It was pretty out here today. So me and Buck will walk on down the trail and show you a little bit of Swift Creek here in a minute. Down the trail here, this is like a historical marker up here. Talking about some of the Civil War stuff, I believe. Let's see what it says up here. Coming out here to where Swift Creek is now. It's a little bit bigger creek and all. So yeah, it talks about the Bermuda Hunting Campaign again. So like I say, there's the red one, Confederate line. And then we're here, as you see down here in the green section. So this was part of the blue one there was the old Union line. So here we have a view. Talks about our Garland Dodd Park at Point of Rocks, which is here we are. So overlook here. Indians there used to be a whole lot of Indians here back in the days. But this is actually Swift Creek right here. A little bit farther downstream to the left is where it dumps into the Appomattox. And then looking that way, it's kind of towards Colonial Heights, Virginia. And right here to the right, where the sun is where Ashton Creek dumps into Swift Creek here, where we just came from the boardwalk. So it was a pretty day out here. And Buck will walking the trails. As you can see here, they got some nice trails out here. I mean, there's a little more primitive one down there right along the river. But they got this one up here. It's pretty much handicap accessible, as you see. So, yeah. Nice little park here in my backyard. Nice little corner of the county down here in the south end. So, our Garland Dodd. Here we got a little overlook area. Big old oak tree sitting up here. A little bench. You can sit here and look out here at Swift Creek. As you can see, there's some development along the creek here. Actually, a couple friends' places down through there, but going around the bend up there is where Point of Rocks is, and where it dumps into Appomattox. Really ain't too far, maybe a half mile down that way. Ducks flying off there. Thought we'd step down here to the water. To the beach point. As I said, down that way, around the curve there, past the final docks. It ain't too far from there, maybe 1/8 of a mile from that final dock. It's Point of Rocks. So, hence the name of this park. It used to be called Point of Rocks Park, but now it's our Garland Dodd. So here we are on Swift Creek. A beautiful late fall day in November. Figured I'd step out here in the field, step away from the creek over there. Show you they try to keep this somewhat mowed down out here. So we're going to head back up the hill up there and head back to the truck in a minute. A little lap around my little neighborhood park. Hope you enjoyed it. Pretty wild looking old trees coming through here in the last little section here. Thought I'd show you. Really nice to have something like this in your backyard. You know, I don't really come down here much as I ought to. Just bring the dog down here and walk him. Buck seems to like it, don't you, bud? Huh? So, as you can see, they've really done a lot of nice work down here to make this thing handicap accessible and all that kind of stuff. So, Love it. One Rock Park, or Garland Dodd Park. Here's a couple of the pavilions or shelters. We just came up that hill right there. That's the hardest part of the hike. It's not too bad, but you just got to walk over there towards the baseball fields now, and we'll wrap it up. But we're gonna sit here for a minute, catch our breath. So as you can see, Allied Picnic Pavilion, Shelter 4. There's another shelter back there. So they got it paved here, handicap access. Nice little park here in my backyard. R. Garland Dodd, Chesterfield County Parks and Recreation. So one last shot here of the back here, the ball fields and all, Point Rocks Park. Beautiful red colors of the trees they got lined up beside the baseball fields there. We're heading back to the truck here in a minute. We're gonna get on out of here. A couple more shelters as you see, and kids playground over there and all. So hope you enjoyed it. R. Garland Dodd Park, Chesterfield County, Virginia.